I am very, very happy to be here, and I can't tell you how proud I am to have the opportunity to collaborate with the team at Urban and with Pablo and those of you who are part of this conversation this week. I'd like you all to just take a minute to stop, take a deep breath, and introduce yourself to somebody that's sitting next to you for a minute. Tell them who you are and why you're here, just for a minute. Okay, so come back together. And I want you all to realize that a great part of the richness of this next couple days is about the people that are in the room. Those of us who are speakers are here only to get the conversation started, but it's those of you who are attending this event who are actually going to be making the change in Argentina and beyond. So Gabby asked me to say a few words of context about why we chose the theme this year. But I want to help you understand and be proud of how significant it is that there's this size of a gathering coming together in Argentina. Sustainable Brands now is a global community. You are a local part of that global community. Over the past couple of years, we've grown tremendously from a community that was US-centric to a community that is having local conversations like this on 6 of 7 continents. We have events running in London, in Bangkok. Our partners from Bangkok are here. In Rio, our partners from Rio are here. In Istanbul, I said London. We're going to Kuala Lumpur in October. We will be in Cape Town and Sydney and Copenhagen next year. So this movement is growing significantly. You all are the second largest gathering of sustainable brand innovators in the world, and you should be proud of that. In the second year here, you're taking a leadership position, and I think that's an indication of the interest there is in moving towards the next economy. So why did we choose this theme, How Now? There are really 3 main areas. One is, as most of you who are here know, we are facing mounting crises related to both environment and social issues around the world. And many of us know generally the challenges with climate change, but we need to realize that while there's a lot of great momentum, things are not necessarily getting better. On the other hand, the world is waking up to this reality, and I'll mention a few examples of that. And besides that, the business case for taking a lead in sustainable innovation is becoming more and more evident. This year, for those of you who follow the Global Footprint Network, they measure the time in which we take the resources of the earth, or we use a year's worth of resources in the earth. And this year we reached Global Overshoot Day on August 13th, which is 3 days earlier than last year and 2 months earlier than the beginning of the millennium. What that means is that we're using our Earth's resources more quickly every year, and we need to stop that. NASA has reported in July to be the hottest July on record. Global warming is continuing to wreak havoc on our climate and having implications on our economy as well. Biodiversity loss in our land and oceans continues to decline. And not only that, but as I mentioned, social issues are continuing to be more and more pressing. And in fact, the World Economic Forum this year listed income inequality as the #1 issue globally. And it's not just in developing countries, it's also in the US. Income disparity in the US is increasing, it's not decreasing, and that is a problem that we need to come to face. But the good news is that I have the opportunity to travel around the world and be in conversation with sustainable brands communities worldwide, and I find inspiration daily. There's so much good happening, and it's accelerating on at a significant pace. We see many of us that millennials, my children who are 21 and children, they're young adults, 21 and 22, have different expectations of their lives and of the work that they do. They seek purpose. We'll hear from Deloitte a little bit later about the studies that they've been doing, but there's many examples of benefits that businesses are facing or are realizing through sustainability in terms of attracting better talent and retaining better talent. Consumer behavior is also starting to change slowly, and we're seeing that in evidence in many different studies. There's a National Geographic GlobeScan study that talks about the growing interest in organics, and I know we're seeing that in South America. We're seeing it around the world, and that's spilling into other purchasing behavior as well. And more we're seeing new communities come into awareness and commitment to making changes in their consumer lives. Faith-based communities, I'm sure all of you are aware of the statement that the Pope made this year about the importance of environmental and social commitment in our day-to-day lives. And it's not just the Pope who represents 1.2 billion people around the world, but it's also Islamic leaders and other evangelical Christian leaders together bringing a new aware population of upwards of 4 billion people into this conversation and into the potential of being in a relationship with you as business leaders. And more tools are being made available today, where when we started, there was an understanding of the problem, but not a lot of tools available for figuring out how to fix them. Now we see new business models that are being generated. We see data available and tools for analyzing that data, certifications that can help companies measure, manage, and communicate the work that they're doing, and consumers understand and make better choices. And all of those things are coming together to accelerate this movement and to enable us to get to the sustainable future that we all wish, and to enable businesses like you to actually profit by leading the way there. So I'm very excited to be here. I am confident I'm going to learn a lot, and I look forward to sharing what I learn with other communities around the globe about what's happening in Argentina, and to sharing some of the things that we're seeing that are happening in other places of the world with you. And I look forward to talking with you one-on-one, and I wish you an inspiring and engaging couple of days. So thank you for